Oh, wow. I wonder if you can imagine wandering in the wilderness and every day coming across your food. There it is there. Manna in the wilderness. And wow, this is what our forefathers did in the wilderness of the Israelites. Every day they would have to go and find their food. And that's how they were sustained. Their manna came on a daily basis. It could not be kept in the fridge because they didn't have a fridge. And it was no good the next day. They had to pick it up that day and eat it to sustain themselves. Wow, what an existence. Well, Jesus had something to say about that when he was talking to his disciples. He said, your forefathers ate bread from heaven. But he said they died. They died. And they did. A whole generation of them, thousands of them, died in the desert, even though they had manna. But Jesus went on to say, I am the bread that comes from heaven. And whoever believes in me, and he has eternal life. He says, you take in my words, you eat my flesh and drink in my blood, and you will have eternal life. Now, some of his disciples thought, this guy's gone crazy, you know, I'm not going to get into eating his flesh and drinking his blood. So they left him. So then Jesus turned to his other disciples and he said, are you going to leave too? Peter said, no. Where can we go? You have the words of eternal life. Where can we go? That's in John chapter 6, about verse 68. But there's one thing we can learn from our forefathers is that they had to get fresh bread every day. And we have to do the same with Jesus. If we're going to abide in him and he in us and his words abide in us and live in our hearts, we have to go to his word every day and get fresh bread every day. Because bread from yesterday is stale. We need to have a fresh revelation. We've got to get up in the morning and say, Lord, here I am. How will you use me today? Get into his word and see what he has to say to us today. And today he told me to come out and tell you about manna from heaven. He is the bread of life. Jesus come from heaven to give us the bread of life, and it's in his words. His word is spirit and it lives forever. He never changes. So get into his word on a daily basis, eat fresh bread, and you will be sustained, and for those who overcome until the very end, you will have eternal life. So you have a good day. Not bad, not stale yet, but if it stayed on the ground another couple of minutes, the ants would have got it for sure. Manna from heaven.